the big story at this hour. About 7,000 residents who had been made to evacuate their apartments, their homes, are now going to be able to be allowed back in. This after the Supertech Twin Towers in Noida were brought down this afternoon in a massive explosion. The blast that lasted about 9 seconds, as planned, caps a 9-year legal battle between the residents of the Supertech Emerald Court in Sector 93A and the realtors of these two towers. Now, the demolition done. The next challenge for the Noida authorities is to clean up the mountain of debris that has been generated due to the demolition and to allow all of the residents back into their homes as expected. The officials had earlier said that we were expecting about 55,000 tons of debris to be generated. Imagine that's two buildings of about 40 stories each. It could take months to clear this debris. The waste that has been generated has to be cleared off in a responsible manner. The area had been evacuated hours up to the blast. Measures had been put in place to ensure that adjoining structures are not affected by the explosion. There are many other residential buildings that flanked this illegal building on all sides, some of them as close as 10 feet to 12 feet away. Now that the demolition is done, the focus shifts to these 7,000 residents of the area who had to be moved out, where the gas and power supply in the adjoining buildings had to be suspended, and now it's going to be evening, night. All of this has to be restored. We're told it's going to be restored by 4 p.m. and residents to be allowed in by about 6:30 p.m. and they've asked residents to wear masks indoors when they are allowed back into their homes to guard against the dust. Let's go across to NDTV's Akshay Dongre, who had a front row seat to these demolitions earlier this afternoon. So Akshay, first and foremost, we just want to confirm one thing. This demolition did go according to plan. Everything went as per the book. There's been no damage done to any of the other nearby buildings.
Well, Sarah, what we are learning right now from the edifice officials is that the plan to demolish these twin towers has been executed successfully, and most of the debris, in fact 99% of the debris, has fallen where it was supposed to. However, from where we are right now, we can see some of the debris has fallen on the right hand side, and that has been confirmed by the edifice officials as well, that there has been a damage to a compound wall, but it is a minor damage, and the compound wall has, while it has broken, there has been no significant damage as of now that has been reported or assessed by the edifice officials to any of the neighboring societies, be it the ATS village that is on the right hand side where the debris has fallen, or at the Emerald Housing Society of Supertech at the left hand side, which was the closest to the twin towers. In fact, when the debris started falling, most of it was falling inwards and some of it was falling at the right hand side. So there was absolutely no damage from what we can see to the left hand side of the location where the demolition took place, that is the Emerald Society built by the Supertech. Now the officials are already at the spot. The edifice officials are at the spot. They are assessing the situation right now. They are assessing one thing, that whether there are any explosives that are still there in the debris that can pose a threat to the people once they start returning. That is the priority right now. Then later, the edifice officials, along with the Noida authority people, the cops who have been stationed here for the security, they will assess the damage to the neighboring areas as well, and whether there is a significant damage to any of the flats that was at close proximity to the twin towers. So that is the update that we are getting right now.
But that assessment is not going to take place by this evening, is it? Because night is about to set. It's going to be dusk now. Are the residents of these buildings, these apartment complexes that surround this illegal plot, going to be returning home and spending the night there? Or is it unsafe to do that?
Well, right now the Noida authority, the edifice officials, they are all saying one thing, that first and foremost is the assessment of the situation. It is still 4 p.m. and the permission to return will not be confirmed before any sort of solid assessment on the ground. So they have given a tentative timing of about 6:30 p.m. So 2 hours, 2.5 hours from now. And we are hoping that any sort of assessment that has to be done can be completed in the next 2 hours, and by 6 p.m. a confirmation can be given to the people. Now we have been tracking the story for the past 10 days. We have spoken to many people who had a lot of concerns about this particular mission, this particular execution of the demolition that was planned, and they are calling us, asking us about the situation that we can see, the information that we are getting. So everyone is still very anxious about any sort of damage to their homes, because it was at a very close proximity. The distance between the two buildings, the Emerald Society and the Twin Towers, was barely 10 to 12 meters. So that was a very complicated thing in this entire mission. As of now, the dust has in fact dissipated from this entire area, and we can clearly see the visuals of these neighboring societies. And what we can see right now is that no significant damage can be seen from here to any of the building. Besides the dust, of course, there is on these sheets that were put up on the buildings. These sheets that were used to cover these buildings from the dust. So besides dust, not any significant damage we can see or report right now. However, one concern that was there among the people in Noida was about the pollution. In fact, air pollution was one of the excuses that was also given by the Supertech at the Supreme Court, stating that any sort of demolition can in fact significantly increase significantly deteriorate the air pollution in the NCR region. However, the CEO of Noida Authority has clarified and has demolished that sort of excuse by giving a stats about the AQI that is here in Noida right now, and what it was before the demolition. So not a major shift, not a major change in that as well. So that concern also is in fact that is not a major concern anymore. However, removing the debris is going to be a task. It's going to take 3 months at least. There is about 30,000 tons of debris that needs to be removed from the site, because about 50,000 debris of total 80,000 debris that has been created by the demolition, 50,000 tons of debris will be used to level that particular basement. About 30,000 tons of debris will be removed from there, and out of this 30,000, about 4,000 tons of debris is just iron. So it's going to take a lot of effort by the Noida Authority, and it's going to take time as well to execute this second part of this mission, that is to provide their rights to the people, to provide the rights to the people who had bought ATS flats and homes in ATS village and in Emerald Society.